What's up, YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a super important topic, in my opinion, when it comes to freelance brand scaling and brand scaling in general, and that is getting your first client, right? If you could get your first client, you can easily get your second client, and so on and so forth. I've created this 6-step document that if you comment down below, I will send it to you so you guys could have it as a framework. And this framework will literally not just get you your first client, but get you your fifth, sixth, seventh, and so on and so forth. So without wasting any more time, guys, let's get right into the video. And so yeah, step by step on how to get your first brand scaling client in 2026. So all of us already should know this if you're in this industry or looking at this video, that brand scaling is pretty simple. We help businesses get more leads, they get more customers, and we get paid, right? So step one, section one, what niche you should target. So there's like a lot of things around this on, oh, what should I target? What shouldn't I target? And everybody has their own opinion on this. And me personally, I would say do it with something you like. For instance, if you're a car guy, you can do car detailing or car wraps, right? If you're into real estate, you can do a bunch of things, right? If you like roofing, so on and so forth. But if you're into landscaping, you could do that, and so on and so forth. But if you're starting off, I have some niches that are easy to show return on. So like for these right here, car detailing, window cleaning, and landscaping, you can show your results pretty quick, which will make it an easier process for you to move on forward and show your results. And these ones right here, they're better long term because each job is worth more money, so you can charge more, but it is harder for these pipeline deals to close. And what I mean by that is, if you look at it from a sales pipeline perspective, a roofing deal is not something that, like, oh, I'm going through the ad, I see one, okay, done, I'm willing to pay $30,000 for a brand new roof. Like the roofing company's gonna have to send an agent, they're gonna have to talk, contracts are gonna get signed, so on and so forth. As you can see, it's a pretty long sales pipeline to finally make the deal go from qualified to closed, or prospect to closed, so on and so forth. Versus in the car detailing niche, right? Like this, like I'm just on Instagram or I'm on Facebook and I see like a pretty cool ad creative or a video, and I'm like, oh yeah, my car's dirty. Oh, $300 deal for trucks, done. I'll literally just fill out and I'm ready to move forward, right? So you don't need to be an expert, you just need to be better than them at getting leads, and they'll literally pay you for that, right? Section and step two is crafting your offer. And so our job is pretty simple. We fix them not getting enough clients slash leads. And our offer is centered all around this. We help X brand generate X qualified leads in X days. What makes a good offer is the fact that you bring clear results with simple processes and easy to understand. And you want to make sure that your offer does hit all three of these, because if you have clear results, it shows people why they should work with you. If you have a simple process and it's not hectic for the business owner, that's exactly what he wants. A business owner needs to run his business rather than try this hectic process that you just brought in to bring more clients. And also, it needs to be easy to understand. If it's easy, simplicity is key. Everybody likes simple things. XYZ gets you ABC results. They want a simple process and don't want to waste too much time. And that gets us into section number three, which is client acquisition systems. So finding leads, right? Your current, in my experience, your current network slash friends is huge. This is how I got my first clients, and I'm going to be simple and honest. So I literally just started posting on Instagram and stuff like that about me testing ads and like learning about it. And I literally just had inbound from friends that I had from high school and other places that said, hey, I need help. Can you help me? My first other clients I got from my dad's side, right? I told my dad I wanted to do this, and he knew people that had their own companies and businesses, and they were like, we're more than happy to give it a chance. And that's how I got my first few clients, right? Other than that, if you don't have any network, you can go to Yelp, you can go to Facebook, you can even do a simple Google search, right? In asking, like, let's say car detailing near me or something near me. Yelp is a pretty big one. I would definitely recommend on going to Yelp. So I'll show a quick example, right? So like I'm on Yelp, location, whatever your location is. I have window cleaning here already for like another client that I was running, and let's do car detailing, or actually we could just do window cleaning. Doesn't matter. This cursor is bugging. Okay, here we go. Window cleaning, right? So when you're on Yelp, right here, you go to window cleaning. You want to ignore sponsored results. Clearly means that they're already either running, I guess, Yelp ads, or they're doing something because they're sponsored, and we don't really want to hit them. If you just keep going down, eventually, see right here, all window cleaning results near me, and then from here you can just choose, right? You can choose one that like the reviews are like not the best, could be better, but anyone is free game, because you're just outreaching. At the end of the day, it is a volume game, right? So let's say, I'll just choose this guy. If you click on it, you literally should get a number, a website, and more information if there's needed. And it's just as simple as that. See, now you have the information you need to hit this person up. And you want to make sure that the way you outreach isn't a way that you're too focused on what you're trying to say and do and trying to not make it salesy and pitch like. And I'll get into that as well and show you my whole script. But you want to make sure once you do get leads, you have it in a clean format. And I don't know why I just did this. That was definitely an accident. Let me just, oops. Let me just separate these views. Okay, here we go. Anyways, so this is how I keep a lead document. Super simple if you don't have any CRM or anything. Name, number if there is, email if there is, company, message that you sent, and notes. So in here, let's say John, number was 123, email was 123 at Gmail, and then company name was 123 cleaning, window clean. That's fine. And then for message, the message, what I mean by this is like, how'd you contact them? Was it a cold call, right? Or was it an email? Was it a Insta DM? DM, whatever the method was, so you don't forget that, oh, maybe I called them, maybe this. And notes are basically pretty self-explanatory. Like, what happened, like, what did the guy say on the call? Were they happy? Or what did they reply to the email? And then you can also just remind yourself to follow up. So as I already got into it, how to find good prospects, no signs of ads, no clear marketings, reviews, uh, so anything. You can check if they're running ads currently. You can search up a business name in the Meta library as well, right? This is another great tool. If I just go here to the Meta library, right, ad library, and in here, United States, all ads, okay, you know what? Let me show you guys the full thing. We'll go back to Yelp, and we will try this in real time. Where were we? Oops. We were in window cleaning, Whole Foods. I do not care. Window cleaning, right? So here, window cleaning. Let's go find our guy again. Oh, we're back to sponsored. It should be somewhere right here. Sponsored, 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 sponsored. We don't want any of sponsored. Results. All window cleaning right here. Let's just go window washing pro. And if, let's see, we can just copy this name, come into here, all ads, paste. So it'll tell you if this brand in itself is really running ads. And window, is this them? It looks like it, same logo. And then when we come here, boom, no ads. So this is someone I would definitely pitch, right? And maybe if you guys are from the Chicagoland area, you could pitch them. So this is, see, as you can see, if their name is the same, then you can definitely see if they're running an ad, at least on Meta, or if they're not. And I'll just fill this information out in the lead doc, and that's like one of the best signs, in my opinion, to know if they are running an ad or if they're not. Just look at their Meta ad library and see if the company is running one or not. And moving forward, outreach daily, you want to hit 20 to 50 contacts per day. That's just a goal that I have for my employees or my team and my members. And it's just something that, like I said earlier, it is a quantity game, and the more quantity, the more likely you are to get results. Methods, like I said, cold calls, emails, DMs. So a simple outreach message that you guys can send for emails and DMs is this: hey, name, quick question, are you currently trying to get more jobs/leads right now? I have an idea that could help bring you in more consistently. Open to hearing it. The reason why I don't drop the method right away is this is more of a psychological tactic that I use for sales in general. Is I give them like just enough to pique their interest, but I don't give them it right away. So let's say for here, if I added, through ads, that would already make, if he doesn't like the word ads, or if he doesn't like ads, had bad experience, he would already just turn me down and ignore the email. This way I gave him a result, which is I could get him more consistent leads and clients, but I didn't tell him how. And I'm pushing a conversation, and in the conversation I can objection handle, I can talk to him, and even if he hated ads, I can make him like him, right? So on and so forth. So this is a great psychological tactic that I use in sales. Don't give up too much information right away, and yeah, just get the convo started and then start giving away informations. So back to this document. So you could send this over email. Obviously, I'd make it more formal if it's email versus an Insta DM. And then you want to follow up 3 to 5 days. This is just basic standard practice on follows up. And then section 4, cold calling. I had to make this its own section because it is a lot more hectic. And so here's the basic sales framework, right? You don't got to overcomplicate it. You don't got to be too like scared to call. It is a skill to learn and it's a great skill to have. So as you can see, let me change the screen right here. The 4 steps: be honest, ask for a few seconds, lead with outcome, let them decide. Right? Super simple. Like I said, don't take this to heart. Don't act like you need the craziest script, the best objection handling skills. You need to pick up the phone and call. I promise you, you're gonna mess up the first few, but then you get the hang of it, and then you just close, close, close. Hopefully, right? That's the game. And then here's the whole call script I have. If I can open it, let's not open it in split view this time and mess it all up. So here it is. Like I said, volume game, especially for cold call, right? So cold call in almost any industry has a lowest uh success rate, right? And in that case, you just want to make it a volume game. Call as many as you can. You're definitely gonna have some convert. So right here, volume game, gatekeeper slash owner. This is basically, let's say I pick up the phone, I call that window company, right? Hey, am I speaking to blank? You could find the person's name, and if you don't have the name, you can be like, hey, am I speaking to the owner, or can I speak to the owner? And if it's like, let's say a receptionist or someone should be like, oh no, blah 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 blah. Just ask her if you can contact me to the owner, or send me over to the owner. And if it's the owner himself, this is what I do, and I will always do, regardless of what people say. You want to be straight up, right? And I literally just call and it's like, hey, yeah, this is the owner. How can I help you? I'll just be like, hi, I'm Harris. I'm gonna be straight up. This is a cold call. If you give me 20 seconds, I'll show you how to get X more leads in X amount of days, right? Like I said, yet again, this is a psychological tactic. I didn't tell him how, why, when. I just want to pique his interest, right? And most of the time, if you were hitting a nice service based business, they will obviously want more leads. Who doesn't want more leads and more work to do, right? And he'll be like, sure, it's only 20 seconds. He'll be like, sure, I'm like willing to hear what you have to say. And then I would ask a question, something similar to this. I'd be like, how would the thought of more consistent clients and a reliable system to get them help the business? You know, in sales, you want to make them sell themselves. So basically, you want them to go in a direction where everything you're saying sounds amazing and great, and they keep saying yes, yes, yes. And then at the end, they're like, oh my God, if this guy can do all this and I'm already saying yes to everything, he's more likely to say yes to your service, right? Yet again, another crazy psychological sales tactic I'm giving you guys. And I love sales. This is where I started off in, which is why I have so much stuff. And then after that, he'll probably like, no, like I said, nobody would say no to more business unless they're just crammed. Then when after they reply after the question saying, yeah, that would be great, oh, that would make my business expand and that's what I've been wanting, you pitch it, right? You want to hit it with the basic pitch, because sales calls should work in two forms, right? First is this initial call, and the second one, I'll get into it, it's a lot deeper, where you show them a couple things and the process. So then you pitch, you want to make it a basic pitch, super simple. So like, yeah, we help whatever the business is, car detailing businesses, bring in more consistent leads using ads, and it looks like there's an opportunity to get you more customers, right? And then he'll reply and talk this and that. You might have to do a little bit more objection handling, and then close at the end. You want to say and let him know like, okay, got it, this sounds great. Can like I said, second call, I can exactly show you how this works. Just let me know when you have like 15 to 20 minutes this week to walk through. And if they agree, ask them for a number, email, send them your Calendly, and get that call booked and get it going. It's just that simple, guys. Like, one thing that I'm telling you is I've seen so much success in just being honest. If it's a cold call, it's a cold call. If you cold call and you're like, hey, this is a cold call, 20 seconds, like, no, I'm good. And that's fine. You don't want to work with someone like that anyways. Clearly he's not interested. So you move on to the next one. Like I said, it's a volume game. So don't get hung up on people ending the call. Tell them it's a cold call, because if the chances are, if they stay after you tell them it's a cold call and you're going to get them more leads and they say sure, and they answer the question about how the thought of business is right here, more business, they're most likely going to follow through with it. And that's exactly what we need, right? And that was section 4. Going into section 5, like I said, is your second sales call, right? And in this call, you're going to have to do a little more. Obviously, you should prepare before this for sure. And it's super simple, right? Like I said, the first call was super simple, just to book the second call. And in here is when you make a more elaborate pitch. So what to do on a second call, right? I would have a simple presentation ready. Not would have. I do have simple presentations ready. I could share templates as well if you want that. Maybe in a further next video, I'll show you guys how to make a full presentation on this. And in the presentation, it's basic. It's super simple. Basic presentation. You're gonna walk them through what it's like, the whole process, because you gotta just always think that this is brand new to them, right? Like this is a foreign language. They have no idea what's going on, and walk them through it. You're gonna have to walk them through what you do, right? You're gonna have to walk them through how you will help them get the leads, what results they can expect in uh, time frames as well. You can give them what you charge. Obviously, the biggest problem or like the objection is the price, but you have to be honest, especially on the second call. Tell them what you'll charge and what working together will look like, right? You want them to know how much you're charging and what work you're going to be providing. So you should label and list out everything that you will be doing, whether you're going to have to build the account from scratch because they don't have any like or Meta Ads accounts or Google accounts or whatever the case is, right? And you have to make that. You're going to make ad creatives. You're going to boost them. You're going to so on and so forth. Make sure the copywriting good, make the creatives good, recycle them, use new creatives each month, whatever the case is. You want to make sure you write this down now, so just that later on you guys don't have like an argument of him saying, "Oh, I thought you were supposed to do this, but you didn't." Everything's clearly listed, and that just makes the closing a lot easier, right? And right here, some key insights. You don't need a perfect deck, like I said. It's not that crazy. Just have something where you can visibly see these few topics that I touched into. And yeah, then the last step, section 6, is client onboarding. This is really briefly like after I said once you have this presentation, you can what I do is each presentation I literally just send into AI and I'm like, okay, this is the presentation I provided. The guy agreed. Can you turn this into a contract for me? Right? Then it turns it into a contract. Then I review the contract to make sure that the contract is up to date. It has everything inside, and then I'll send the contract over. Right? And then in section 6, it just says you want to finalize pricing, confirm exactly what you'll bring to the table. Here, let me share my screen right here. Exactly what you bring to the table, agreement signed, right? Collect payment and then start working. If you have a setup fee, then boom. But if your offer says I will let's say I'll get you X leads in X days, otherwise I won't charge you, then whatever your offer is. But yeah, so that's all for this video, guys. As you can tell, this is a six-step process. This is not working now. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's a six-step process in how to get your first client. And if you do this, not only will you get your first client, you will get your second, third, fourth, fifth, so on and so forth. Right, guys? Like I said, it's super simple. Don't take anything of it serious in the sense of like the cold call. Like, don't be stressing over it so much. Oh my God, I have to be prepared. I have to know this. I have to know that. Just get in the field and start doing it, and you'll see results in itself. So, yeah. Besides that, guys, I hope everybody learned something. And if you do need the document, please, by all means, comment down below and I'll send it over to you. Take care.